my name is Katie Carson and welcome back to Royalty Soaps and the Royal Creative Academy. This is video number 1 of 6 of my beginner soap making series. The second video has already been uploaded. It is our lye safety video and how to prepare your lye water solution. The third video will be all about preparing your soap area and prepping your raw materials and colorants for making soap. The fourth video will be making our very first cold process soap. It is a single color soap and it's gonna look a little something like this. The fifth video is going to be our second soap. It is going to be a 2-color soap with a straight line down the middle and some beautiful toppings. And the third and final design will be this intricate drop swirl with this beautiful swirl on top. If you purchase the amount of raw materials talked about in today's video and listed in the PDF, you will be able to make 30 bars of cold process soap. So why am I doing this series in the first place? Over a year ago, I mapped out a beginner soap making kit in collaboration with a third-party distributor. And I'm going to be 100% transparent with you. The cost for the entire beginner soap making kit was over $175. And at that point, I knew it was never going to be the best deal for you guys to purchase a kit put together by a third-party distributor. They've got to make a profit. They have to distribute the thing, so they've got to mark up the price. It would be so much cheaper for y'all to buy all of the things individually, but I know you need a guide to do that. So I talked with my family about putting together an online course for soap making, including video tutorials, step-by-step instructions. I would do all of the research, film all the videos, compile all the information, and put it together in a neat little PDF that had a checklist for everything you needed to buy as an individual soap maker. And they suggested to offset the cost of my time, raw materials, etc., that we sell it as a course on the Royalty Soaps website. But I wanted from the very beginning to make this free. The PDF free, the videos free, all of it free. And as you can see, I got my way. They were like, hey, that is a great idea. Let's give back to the soap making community. Let's help the people in a way that we wanted to be helped when we first started making soap and put this out there for anyone all over the world to make soap. Let's do that. And I was like, all right, that's how this came to be. Soap making is art. Soap making is therapy. Soap making is a way to be creative. Soap making can be a business and a way to provide for your family. And soap making can be a lifelong passion. And I think everyone, no matter their budget, should get to try soap making if they want to. My goal with this course is twofold. Number 1, for you to create beautiful soaps right off the bat. I want your first 3 batches to be beautiful. And number 2, I want this to be as inexpensive a process as possible. That way, after you make 30 bars, if you decide that soap making isn't for you, you haven't completely drained your bank account, and you can use the items that you've purchased for other household and kitchen needs. Before I jump into all of the things you need to buy, I have a little bit of homework for you. So get out your highlighters, get out your pencils, get yourself a little soapy notebook, and take this down. The more educated you are about the craft from the very beginning, before you even make your first batch, the more likely you are to have a batch that turns out perfect the first time. I would like you to familiarize yourself with some soap making terms and soap making abbreviations. Nature's Garden Candles compiled both of these things into one compact little PDF. Read that first down below. Number 2, I want you to learn how to use a lye calculator, why it's important to do so, and what the soap quality numbers on the soap calculator mean. I have left an article from 𝐑𝐞𝐚𝐝 from Modern Soap Making down below, and that should be your second read. And number 3, I want you to learn what water discounting is in cold process soap making. That's technically a misnomer, but I digress. That article is also from 𝐑𝐞𝐚𝐝 from Modern Soap Making, and it is read number 3. I would also just like to recommend Modern Soap Making as a wonderful place to learn about soap making. Kenna is a soap genius and mastermind and has been doing this for a very long time, and she knows her stuff. Now that you know why I'm doing it and you have your homework reading assignments, let's talk about our ingredients and our equipment that we need for cold process soap making. In the description box below, you will find 2 PDF. One is the basic version. This is going to be your least expensive expensive option. And the second is the Royal Upgrade. This is going to be a slightly more expensive, maybe $20 to $30 more, but you will end up with bars that smell stronger, are a little bit prettier on top, and your soap recipe will include an additional oil of castor to make it even more bubbly. The number one ingredient you are going to need is olive oil. We will be using 6 pounds of olive oil in our 3 batches of soap. The recipe we are using is over 80% olive oil, so it is very gentle, very mild, and I buy my olive oil at Costco. However, the cheapest one that I can find online is from Walmart. The second oil you are going to need is coconut oil. This is Luana coconut oil, and soap makers around America have been using this brand for years. This is the coconut oil I first used when I was making soap. It is very reliable. It comes in this nice little container. It is quite inexpensive, and we're going to use 2 pounds of it. Next up is sodium hydroxide. I'm not holding it because I don't have my safety gear on, so here's a fabulous little photo of sodium hydroxide. I prefer sodium hydroxide flakes over the microbeads because they don't have as much static. If you're looking to source sodium hydroxide locally, check your hardware store. They often have it in the drain cleaning section. Make sure that it says pure sodium hydroxide and it's not cut with anything else. But if you found it locally, hooray, you get to save on the outrageous shipping costs of sodium hydroxide. I have left my favorite lye suppliers down below. Not all lye suppliers are created equal, and if you see that there is one missing from my list, there is probably a good reason. Now let's talk colorants and fragrance oils. I picked 3 fragrance oils from Nature's Garden candles that I know perform well in cold processed soap and have very strong scent retention. In our soap batches, we will be using 1/2 ounce per pound of oils. This is to help cut costs. However, if you have a little extra spending money and you want to go for the Royal Upgrade, you will purchase 2 ounces of each type of fragrance oil. Now let's talk about colors. And I am so delighted to tell you that all of the colorants we will be using in this series have been compiled into a collection that you can purchase on one little listing. I reached out to Mad Micah's with 7 colorants I wanted included. They put them in these awesome holographic bags and discounted them to less than $1 per mica sample. That is some unheard of savings. So with the Royal Beginner Micas, you're going to get 7 colorants, and with the Royal Beginner Upgrade version, you will get the same 7 colorants plus 2 extra. King Tut Gold, which is a super sparkly gold we're going to be using on top of our soap, and holographic glitter called Into the Mystic. This is a new release from Mad Micah's. It is beautiful. It sparkles like diamonds in the sky. We're going to put this on top of our soap as well if you choose to upgrade. As you guys know, I am an affiliate with Mad Micah, so if you purchase this via the link down below, I will make a commission on the sale. However, I am not being paid by Mad Micah's to endorse this product. If you purchase this and don't use my affiliate code, I will not make any money. I specifically told Mad Micah's I did not want a cut of the profits because they have done all the hard work on this. They're the ones that are packaging it up. They're the ones that are shipping it out. The only thing I did literally was tell them what colors I wanted in the bag. So we have Mad Micah's to thank for this fabulous beginner mica set. And the only way I am making money from this series is through affiliate links on Amazon and Mad Micah's and through ad revenue generated by the videos. Just want to get that out there. This video is not sponsored by Mad Micah's or any other company. The final ingredient you're going to need is water in both ice form and liquid form. My recommendation for ice and water percentages are in the lye safety video, so you can pop over there to see how I personally mix my lye and how I recommend you guys mix your lye as well. So let's talk about your equipment. Obviously, the first thing I'm going to talk about is a scrapey spatula. Please buy this at the dollar store or Walmart. Do not spend tons of money on a spatula. I know I don't. This is from Walmart. My one recommendation is to make sure that your spatula is made out of all silicone or silicone with a plastic handle. Don't get one of those spatulas with wood because if you get any soap on it, the lye will eat it. The second thing you're gonna need is a stick blender. Now, I have tried so many stick blenders through the years, and I've narrowed it down to 2 for you guys. One for the basic beginner and one for the upgrade upgrade. If you want to upgrade, buy the Cuisinart stick blender. If you don't, you can buy this one from, what is the name? Chef Man. Kenny and I have been using these for over a year. They still have not died, and they're around $23 to $25. You're also going to need a digital scale. This is absolutely mandatory. In my opinion, finding a good digital scale is a little more tricky, so I tested out quite a few, and this is the one that I landed on. It is around $13 to $14 on Amazon. It has tons of great reviews. I've been using it for the last 6 months off camera. You guys didn't even know that I was testing it. And I've had great results for it, and it has a really good battery life. You are going to need 3 1-liter pitchers. I get these from the dollar store. And you're gonna need a second pitcher that can hold up to 60 to 65 ounces. If you don't have these exact containers in your dollar store, no big deal. I'll leave you guys the links to them down below. But once again, the whole point is to find a pitcher that can hold up to 60 to 65 ounces and a smaller pitcher that can hold 25 to 30 ounces. You're going to need a plastic fork and a plastic spoon. Please don't buy those. Save them from your takeout. You're going to need a container with a lid to hold your lye water solution. The type of container you should use is detailed in the lye video. You're going to need some small cups for color blending. If you don't want to splurge on these eco-friendly biodegradable plastic corn cups, you can also get paper cups or plastic shot glasses from Walmart. You could reuse some yogurt cups, old film canisters. The only type of cup I don't recommend is styrofoam because the oil gets kind of weird, and when you're trying to mix it, it's just gross and weird. Paper or plastic cups will do, and recycle or reuse if you can. That's a great way to save money and help the environment. You're going to need some mixing utensils. I like popsicle sticks. You can find them at the dollar store. You could alternatively use coffee stirrers, the handle portion of a spoon, or some chopsticks from Chinese takeout. You'll need some paper towels or junk rags to wipe down your countertop, wipe off your stick blender, wipe up the spills that will absolutely happen. You will need countertop protection if you're not working on a plastic surface. If you're using a pop-up table, you can work directly on that surface, but if you're working on a kitchen countertop, I would recommend going to get one of those picnic tablecloths that's a little bit thicker so it doesn't just completely wear through on the first time. That's gonna save your countertops from any soap that may splatter on them. You're also going to need an infrared thermometer. This is kind of a non-negotiable item. I do not recommend a candy thermometer or a meat thermometer. Those are nowhere near as accurate as this is, and they're very handy for using around the house. You'd be surprised how many times Caleb has had to shoot this at the AC unit. So if soap making doesn't end up being your thing, these are still nice household things to have around. We're going to use them to check the temperature of our lye water solution and our oils before pouring them together. And finally, you're going to need a knife and a cutting board. This is for cutting our soap after we have already made it. Dental floss does not work very well. Let me just throw that right out there. So use a cutting board and a cutting knife. Honestly, you can buy a knife and a cutting board from the dollar store if you don't want to use one of your kitchen ones. That's totally fine. In fact, I would recommend it. It is best to keep all of your soap making equipment completely separate from your kitchen equipment. Better safe than sorry. Now let's talk about your soap outfit. I go over this in great detail in the lye safety video, but I'll cover it real quick here. You're gonna need long sleeves, long pants, closed-toed shoes, nitrile gloves. I prefer to use nitrile because people are allergic to latex, and protective eyewear. Let me just say this, if you don't have protective eyewear on, you shouldn't be making soap. Optionally, you can wear a hairnet. Now this is one more thing you have to buy. You could also buy a shower cap. Those are at the dollar store. Put your hair in it. I can tell you what, finding hair in a bar of soap, just the ick factor is ugh. It's nasty, okay? The whole point of the bar is to clean you, not to gross you out because itself doesn't look clean. Some popular upgrades in the Royal Upgrade collection would include buying a nicer stick blender from Cuisinart, buying the scale that I personally use, getting a tea strainer to tap your mica out on top of your soap, buying double the amount of fragrance oil that is in the beginner version and scenting your soaps even stronger, adding castor oil to your base recipe to increase the bubbliness of it, and a couple of more tidbits here and there. If you guys have made it here, good for you! Hooray! Lesson 1 complete. Thanks for sitting through all the rambling. I promise it is for your own good. If by the end of this video you feel like you want to try cold process soap making, let me go over the steps real quick once more, just in case. Number 1, print off your selected PDF down below. Number 2, go read the 3 articles I have left in the description box and hyperlinked in your PDF. Number 3, go watch the lye safety video. And number 4, go out and purchase your soap equipment. Recycle and reuse as much household items as you can for your soap making process. Make it cheaper on yourself. Go to Walmart, the dollar store, and the hardware store to pick up any of the items that you can. Check them off your list, and anything that is left, purchase online, including your colorants from Mad Micah's and your fragrance oils from Nature's Garden. I am so excited to be teaching you this month. I cannot wait to have you guys in the Royal Creative Academy. If you are going to start the cold process soap making journey, tag me on TikTok, tag me on Instagram, tag me on Twitter. Show me what you guys are doing. Show me when you're buying your supplies or writing your notes or printing stuff off. I want to be involved in this process. I am doing this 1000% for you guys. It's going to be an amazing journey, and we are going to try to do it as inexpensively and as beautifully as possible. And so with that, go forth, my lovely students, and I will see you guys in a couple of days for the next soap making video where we will be setting up our equipment and our raw materials for making soap. Oh, you guys, I'm so excited. I'm slightly emotional. This is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so much fun. Okay, go off. Go, 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 go. Go get your stuff. Go read your things. Go print your things. It's gonna be awesome. I will see you guys soon. So until the next video, bye for now. Bye! I'm so proud of y'all. You can do it. It'll be fun. I promise. Go, 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 go.